Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to News in Focus live on Radio Al Ansar, broadcasting on the frequency Durban 90.4 FM, Peter Marsburg 105.6 FM, and streaming on www.alansar.org.za. After that beautiful nasheed, before the break, we were chatting briefly with Councillor Askar and also Andile Pala, where they were narrating in Amdoni and Etiquette some of the key challenges, and they enumerated more than about 9 or 10 challenges. Now, Abdul, as the chairperson of Overport Ratepayers Association for the last few years, he obviously can confirm what's happening on the ground. We've interviewed him previously, and he's raised a whole lot of challenges, and we're hearing it firsthand from the councillors. So, Abdul, from your perspective, I know you've got a big area in Overport to cover. You've got a chat group comprising of close to 1,000 residents who regularly report complaints, and many of them are getting frustrated. So, from your perspective, over and above what has been reported by Councillor Asgar as well as Andile Pala, do you sort of find that these are common problems, and in addition, what else is experienced by the ratepayers?
Thank you, Yunus. I actually, besides being the chair of the Overport Ratepayers Association, I also assist on the Ashabel side as well, and I'm quite active on the Ashabel, ratepayers as well. One of the biggest challenges that we are faced in Overport, which happens almost on a daily basis, is power outages, sewer flowing, burst pipes. And the burst pipes, for example, if we take Brickfield Road itself, that's been continuous issues, which is the main arterial area. And that's one of the most important areas where our trade takes place. If we look at opposite Safe Cash, Safe supermarkets, we've had almost 3 bursts in that same area next to each another, within few weeks. And this is only becoming a band-aid solution, where they dig up the road, spend a few days, you have water outages, water outages at peak time when people need their water. And then you find the band-aid repair. Once the band-aid repairs have been done, they close the hole up. They don't even come and retar the area again. And the area still remains gravel until we have to keep on addressing these problems. And we ourselves as the ORA, and from the time that we have formed our organization, in fact, we first started off with an organization which was called the Brickfield Forum, and we formed that in the region about 2019, somewhere around in May. And from Brickfield Forum, we decided that we need to look at something more in detail, because that's just a forum. And then we formed the ORA, the Overport Ratepayers Association, in the region, I think somewhere around 2023. So from the time we formed, the Overport Ratepayers, one of the issues that we faced, that we had faced always, is that we've noticed service delivery has been one of the worst in our ward itself. And that I'll hold it towards our councillors in the area, that I will say. And there was no need for us to form a ratepayers association if service delivery was, always in order. But, we noticed as residents in the areas, we've been sidelined for many years. And this forced us as residents to do something on our own. And I think with our team that we have on board, we've had some major achievements, being normal, executives of the ratepayers associations, where we managed to get, some major infrastructures like road rehabilitation, like Alpine Road, from the entire Alpine Road, which was another main artery, that has been used. And we managed to rehabilitate that entire road. We looked at getting Brickfield Road done as well, which we did write up to the municipalities to get Brickfield Road sorted out. And that was declined due to they know there's renovations of putting up new piping in that area. So it makes more sense for them to, first lay the pipes, complete new piping, because those pipes are there is major issues with those pipes. and then they'll start the rehabilitation process of the road. So that now we really don't know when it's going to happen. Whenever we spoke to municipalities or we spoke to heads of departments, there's always been the issue of budgets. Now it's good we have our two councillors that's here, with us, and they'll be able to tell us much more details about these budgets, because when I first recollect, just before government passed their budgets, they needed approval. Now the approval has been done. Now the money has been issued, and the money should have been utilized into infrastructures that what was required, and we still don't see anything, any changes, any drastic things happening. It's only happening in that influential areas. And if we look at Overport, it's a very, very densely populated area, and it's a high rate paying area as well. If you recollect, we had even the mayor that visited us here, and we had an engagement with him, and there's many promises made to us. From that time to now, nothing's happened. So now we're coming to local elections that's coming up again, and I can understand the frustration from our comrade Andile, yeah, that actually, as he mentioned, that there's been a lot of corruption and and issues that he's been facing as a councillor. So he decided to leave and now join a new new political organization. Obviously, I'm a bit surprised. Why would he leave a position as of a councillor that's earning him good money and jumping into something that's nothing there? But obviously that'll be his choice. And then we have our brother from Al Jamaa here also, and he also alluded to a few things with regards to what's happening with regards to infrastructure. But we as ratepayers, we cannot be waiting for these type of ways that how the municipalities run, how they work in our wards. We need to find this. Solutions need to be done immediately, and these issues has to be dealt with. Obviously, because we as ratepayers, as customers that are paying every month for services, and we have been put into a back burner, and nothing's really happening.
Now, Abdul, your grouping, I remember the councillor has been mentioning that there's a meeting that's being set after pressure from the ratepayers and residents, that there's major problem with sewer blockages, particularly in the Sheringham Road area, and a lot of listeners are from the Overport area. And I know you mentioned you interacting with other ratepayer associations like Asherville, Springfield, Reservoir Hills, because they got similar problems, and they obviously are facing the same challenges. And when you contact the mayor and the officials, I mean, they running the municipality, there's all kinds of excuses. If there's water leakages, as Andile mentioned, 58% of the water is lost. So ratepayers are paying for water they're not using, and they're getting huge bills, and they're not affording these bills. I know there was a write-off as at the end of July, but a lot of people didn't have the balance of the money to take advantage of the write-off. So they're hoping there's other relief that will come in. So in terms of these challenges that the councillor plans to have a meeting, is there a positive response? Or people are saying, are we wasting our time because the councillor has been ineffective? Maybe you've got a few minutes just before the news break to tell us exactly what's happening there.
Our councillor is always being MIA in this ward. And now it comes to the year which we're sitting on 2025, very close to elections. And all of a sudden you find the councillor comes out of the woods. So people need to understand what's going on. Sheringham story is not a story today. It's been sitting there for years. It's an issue that we're having drugs, we're having sewers being blocked for many years. We ourselves, as the ORA, I myself have been to Sheringham Road many times, and we resolved issues. We resolved issues with regards to sewer that's been blocked in there. But one thing we did know, and which is a fact, there's actually a pipe that's in that area that's blocked, and that pipe should have been replaced years ago. So I like to know our councillor, who is the authority of the area, why can't she sort out the issue? Why the council can't fix the problem? Unless our councillors here, they'll be able to assist to say what is the process. Is it that the way I look at it sometimes is like deliberately, certain councils will make sure that, you'll find failures in the ward, so they'll keep on blaming the municipality that's out there. As a ratepayers association, if we're blaming municipality, how do we get services fixed by me contacting the municipality? And they actually assist us with that, with that story. And you know what? We are not councillors.